Okay, so we just got done watching episode 4 of DreamWorks Dragons. This one is called The Terrible Twos. And who did you think this was about again? You said you thought you know who it was about, but you'd never said.
Usually the Terrible Twos implies the twins, but...
True, yeah.
I don't really see what two has anything to do with it here, but...
I think it had to do with Toothless and Torch.
Yeah.
They need to do better with their names. The first one was good. The first title, How to Start a Dragon Academy.
Yeah.
That one worked.
That was on point.
Animal House could have...
A little better. This one definitely could have used a better title.
Viking for Hire was also...
a good name, yeah.
Yeah. But this episode... it's not my favorite. Of the ones we've seen so far, this is, I believe, on the bottom for me.
Yeah, they could have done better.
A lot better, especially with that animation.
Yeah. They had a good concept with adding a new dragon and making it interesting with how it sparks and it spirals in a circle and creates beautiful scorch marks. But...
I don't... Yeah. The name! I have to agree with you guys over on Omer Chada Pictures, previously Clapboard Reviews, that the name is not great. I like some of Snotlout's name ideas. Why they didn't go with one of his, I don't know.
Because he named too many and they find him annoying, that's really it.
He had a point.
Yeah.
But... nope. But overall... it's passable?
Yeah.
It added something new. This is the first episode we've seen that added a new dragon.
Yeah.
In fact, a new one that wasn't even in the first movie at all.
Yeah. They could have done a design on it a little bit better. Its neck was too thin and too long.
For biomechanics.
Yeah, I mean, especially the thinness.
Yeah.
Because there was no way she had anything but a spine in her neck.
Yeah, no place for...
there was no room for esophagus or trachea or carotid arteries. There's no way that works.
You kind of need those.
Yeah. And, the wings were pretty awesome.
The wings were
and
good.
The hook talons on the wings for gripping and climbing were great.
As we see Torch do. Yeah.
Yeah. And... the flying with the sparking and everything was pretty awesome.
The original concept, I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But, okay. They find a new dragon. It's a baby. They name it Torch, as we stated.
Stoic names it Torch.
Yeah.
That's adorable. And it's like, I don't want this dragon in my house. Its name is Torch.
You could think about that as a flaming squirrel.
That's what they should have named it. Flaming Squirrel. That's what the title of the episode should have been.
Yeah.
That way you're intrigued and are like, what are they talking about?
I agree, yes. They should have called this episode The Flaming Squirrel. But, and I don't really like this episode because, along with the animation issues, and it did something to Toothless and Hiccup's relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what they were trying to do. They were doing the whole misunderstanding message.
Toothless was getting territorial and overprotective.
Well, I wouldn't say overprotective. He knew it was a baby.
He was getting overprotective of Hiccup. That was the thing. And Hiccup didn't understand. Which is kind of funny because Hiccup's the one who understands dragon behavior.
And fish legs.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of should have known because Toothless already had the slight protective issue from the first movie, but...
oh, yeah, most definitely. But
suddenly, he doesn't remember what that looks like.
Oh.
And then, as you pointed out, the Sherlock moments that he was having. Just,
yeah.
Let's state the obvious.
And
jump to conclusions. Maybe this is what Toothless was trying to tell me all along.
No!
Dragons don't speak. And yes, that's a no moment, but you're really reading between the lines a bit too far there. That's a stretch.
Have you heard of the term the idiot ball or the idiocy ball?
Really, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Go look it up on TV Tropes. It pretty much summarizes some of Hiccup's actions in this, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But on a plus side, though, the comedy, what little there was pretty good. Gobber, while not as trollish as the first couple episodes, we still get some good comedy from him.
The panpipes ruined the mood of Hiccup and Toothless staring each other down.
Yeah.
The twins got attacked by Torch, and that was a bit from the first movie with the grabbing of the nose.
I am hurt. I am very much hurt.
Yeah. That seems to be a thing with him.
Pain.
Dragons like to bite his nose.
This is the second time we've seen it.
And it happens more often. It happens in the second movie, and other times too.
Yeah.
Especially when the little babies are involved, because it's the babies that bite his nose a lot.
Yeah, the little terrible terrors and now Torch. It's the second time we've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Torch was a baby. So he's a terrible terror.
Terrible terrors weren't babies.
Oh.
Those are full-grown dragons. They're just small, just like tiny, cats.
Torch's horrible comment about anatomy that a child wouldn't notice, but yeah.
Yeah.
When they meet them, he's like, "Oh, that thing's no bigger than my," and then it bites his nose.
Yeah.
And he's referring to his maleness.
Sure. So, if there's any kids watching this, all I'm going to say is, go ask your parents.
They're probably not going to tell you, but
ask them anyway. Ask your friends, ask older brothers and siblings if they'll tell you, but
and if you're a guy,
we're not going to
know.
Yeah, we're not going to supply you with that information if you don't.
It's not our job.
No. Our job is to review a children's show.
Yeah.
Although a very good one so far, overall. But
it's not overly moral like My Little Pony.
Oh dear God, I hate that. Friendship is magic. Yeah, no. Dragons, people. But overall, a passable episode. I won't fail it because it could have been a lot better. But I will also say it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have. They could have used a whole lot more stock flame footage.
Yeah, the fire animation.
That would have been bad.
Yeah, they did use.
They had some original ideas, which makes it passable.
Yeah.
It's the original ideas that it's passing on.
Mm-hmm.
They could have done some design better and some animation better, but...
Yeah, but overall, I have nothing more to add. We've touched all the bases.
I liked Hiccup's comment about my first girlfriend's a dragon.
I don't think Astrid would take kindly to that if she was in the room.
No. I think DreamWorks plays on their relationship a little bit too much.
Yeah,
but
I mean, this came out a couple years after the first movie. This came out in fall of 2012. First movie came out spring of 2010. So the fact that they're playing around with their relationship, it kind of irks me because she kissed him twice in the movie.
Yeah, and then by the second movie, they're really not playing towards the children anymore. By the second movie, they're playing more towards teens, I noticed.
Teens, young adults, because the second movie was actually really dark for a kid.
Yeah, between Stoic dying, big spoiler, sorry.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, again, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, and the entire Eric stalking thing with...
as we've discussed.
Which one is the girl? Is it Rough or Tough that's the girl?
Rough Nut is the girl, Tough Nut is the boy.
I thought it was Rough. So, Rough Nut and... What was his name? Eric? Eric. What kind of a name is that?
Ask the creators.
I mean, I thought it was bad enough when they named Asterisk, but...
Well, Astrid is an actual name.
I know, but... I understand the scary Viking names, like, that they work,
Rough Nut, Tough Nut, Snotlout, Stoic.
Yeah.
Gobber, I guess.
Fishlegs is aptly named for his character. It's a pathetic name for a pathetic individual.
Mm-hmm.
Hiccup touches that with his own name. Hiccup's name is comical.
Yeah.
And rather adorable. And kind of fitting.
Mm-hmm. You'll find out why he was named that in a later episode. Spoiler alert! But overall, we're actually going. I think this is our longest episode, our longest session so far.
Yeah,
we're going on
we
10
just
minutes
hit 10
right
minutes. Woo, 10-minute mark. Woo!
So, again, we're gonna cut this off here. We're gonna try to bang out 2 more episodes here before I have to go home. We'll pick up again another time, but until then, next episode, which is called In Dragons We Trust.
Oh boy!
We're gonna see a familiar face we hate. Yeah, that asshole.
Stab my eyes.
Well, no, you need those to watch the episode.
Earplugs?
I'm deaf. I don't have that issue.
Yeah.
I have hearing aids. But, again, see ya.